All right, once again, Outrun 2006, coast to coast. I've done it before. I'll do it again. It gets a little better each time, though. The first time I streamed it, which I can't remember, I guess it was probably in progressive scan, but not widescreen off of PS2, and then I did it off PS2 widescreen, and I thought about upscaling it, but it actually gets like a lot of performance issues on my little mini PC if I go to like 1080p or higher. So I was like, well, I should see if the Windows version is still playable, which is unlikely because games from this era. This is getting old enough now to where it's like getting into games that are hard to run, sort of. But it actually has been well preserved by a community of people who love the game. And this is the FXT mod version. I don't know what all specifically it has in it. It does have a 4:3 menu option, which I almost considered using, but because this is a little ugly the way they stretch it. But I don't know. It's fine. We're going to start off with some regular Outrun, and then we'll switch up the modes as we go. I don't have any cars unlocked yet. I do have the full-length tracks unlocked, and then I was doing the reverse ones. This is too quiet. That's pretty good. Anyway, I unlocked the Outrun reverse ones, and I realized you can only do reverse in time attack mode, which is a huge bummer. But I'm kind of committed to it now, so I'm gonna go ahead and do my next upgrade is the Outrun SP reverse, and we'll do a time attack also. We'll look at everything here probably. Get ready. Just a little bit of everything. Why not? It's all extremely fun. And my only complaint, my only real criticism about this game ever has been the heart attack mode should be like randomized or something. It'd be a lot more interesting and replayable. And it'd probably be my favorite mode in the game instead of being something that I just barely mess with. Because you know exactly what stunts are coming up for each part, or which challenge they're gonna have you do over and over again. It's kind of boring. Also, like having a 15-track continuous randomized heart attack mode would be really fun. They can make it to where your time requirements are based on performing well on the heart attack challenges. I don't know, just some thoughts. I did have some trouble getting my DualShock to work correctly as a direct input controller. So I'm using DS for Windows to make it into an Xbox controller basically so it works. Even then there's still no rumble. Somebody's done a mod though where they extracted the rumble code from the OG Xbox version of the game and put it into direct input or X input code. I always end up going left, not because I want to take the easier track, but because there's a rival to overtake there.
How far are you going to take me?
There we go. This one took me down the right side. Fun.
Checkpoint. I want to go ahead.
Outrun's tracks feel like they have a much more European theme. Outrun 2006. Or, I'm sorry, Outrun 2 is what it would have been called. Outrun 2's tracks, which is what we're on right now, feel very European. You know, Paris right now, obviously. But Outrun 2 SP feels much more American. It has tracks like Las Vegas, for example. You get a better feel for it when you do the 15 continuous tracks. Outrun 2 has a lot of Europe, but also a lot of African looking tracks. Like Egypt, obviously. I'll go ahead and exit, and we'll play as our Outrun 2. We'll do the bigger versions of these here in a little bit too. Magical Sound Shower being my favorite Outrun, original Outrun song. It's probably most people's favorite, right? I don't know. I'm sure Passing Breeze has plenty of fans. Even though it's basically sounds like a fart. Not the actual song, it sounds great. I'm just saying the title sounds like it's referring to farting. Shit, my first real wreck. No. Surely I can choke her with one hand and drive with the other. Damn, doing very poorly there.
Checkpoint. How far are you going to take me?
Man, I'm doing so bad. I gotta pick up the quality of the driving here a lot. Bumping the wall, the tongue over and over again. Stupid. I'm gonna make it to the next level. I can just barely.
Checkpoint.
Just barely.
I want to go ahead. What are you doing? Are you going to let him time over?
Didn't quite make it. Let's see where I'm at on my goal. Need another couple thousand. So let's do the heart attack modes and I'll show you that. We'll switch to the other car that I have as well. Pass and breathe. Like a fart.
Get ready.
I remember to see how many hearts I have. This is poor choice of placement for my face.
Keep passing cars. Let's start. Woohoo! Woohoo! Sonic speed. Drift more. Let's start. Wow! Yes! Woohoo! Oh yeah! Wow! You're so cool! Checkpoint. Keep passing cars. Let's start. Oh yeah! Woohoo! Yeehaw! Woohoo! Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Woohoo! Woohoo! You rock! Drift more! Let's start! Checkpoint. Hit the blue cone. Let's start. Sensational.
Sensational
Hit the
to be.
blue cone. Let's start.
Not so hard. Without slowing down a whole bunch, that's very, very hard.
Drift more. Let's start. Yes! Woohoo! Oh yeah! Woohoo! Wow! Oh yeah! You're so cool! Special request. Checkpoint. Run through blue. Let's start. Yes! Run through red. Let's start. That was fantastic. Don't hit anything. Let's start.
What a bad turn.
Unbelievable. Special request 2. Checkpoint. Hit the blue cone. Let's start. Sensational. Drift more. Let's start. Yes! Woohoo! Oh yeah! Woohoo! Wow! Yes! You're so cool! Drift more. Let's start. Yes! Woohoo! You're so cool! Rank double A.
We'll do SP's heart attack. Is this from Hang On or something? I think it is.
Get ready.
Keep passing cars. Let's start. Oh yeah! Yes! Yeah! Yes! Woohoo! 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 Oh yeah! Woohoo! You rock! Drift more. Let's start. through the gate. Let's start. You're the best.
Yeah.
Don't hit anything. Let's start. Are you kidding me? Thrilling. Drift more. Let's start. Yeah. Woohoo! Oh yeah! Woohoo! You're so cool. Special request. Checkpoint. Hit the ghost. Let's start.
Not doing great at this.
You're the best.
Really
Rush
struggled
away.
with that.
Let's start. That was fantastic. Special request 2. Checkpoint. Collect the coins. Let's start. Yeah. Collect the coins. Let's start. You're the best. Collect the coins. Let's start.
Damn. Ugh.
Sensational. Special request. Checkpoint. Don't hit anything. Let's start. Are you kidding
Yeah.
me?
I'll start off immediately by hitting something.
Are you kidding me? Thrilling. Collect the coins. Let's start. Yeah. Go through the gate. Let's start. Yeah.
Not too bad.
Rank A.
Just to see these tracks backwards, we're going to do a couple time attacks. That'll be in just a second here. One moment. Alright, time attack. Outrun 2. 15 continuous. Reversed.
Get ready.
Oh, and I won't make it through all the stages, or even more than like 5 of them, probably. It's too hard. Even without traffic, it's too hard for me. It's too bad they don't let you play all the regular game modes here this way.
Checkpoint. Checkpoint.
That was shitty. Every way. Yeah, I don't know if I'll be able to make it more than a stage or 2 further. The rate I'm going, it's looking bad.
Checkpoint.
Damn it. I'm not gonna make it.
Time over.
Just out of reach. It's extremely hard to do backwards for whatever reason. Let's try the other variation of it. That doesn't pay shit either. It's like literally nothing. Let's try the other variation of it if I can afford it. Alright, from this point on we're buying cars. Nothing but.
Get ready.
Checkpoint.
Shit. I'm already driving like crap. Too tired.
Checkpoint.
Shit. I don't even make it through 3 sections. God, that's awful.
Checkpoint.
Just barely. Committed to a very mediocre speed drift turn. Yeah, that wraps it up right there.
Time over.
No. I'm actually gonna go get some caffeine. See if I can get myself awake here. This game is the worst for like inducing like some sort of road hypnosis because of how fast and smooth it is. Even worse than a Ridge Racer game at that. I'll be right back. Alright. Got some caffeine, ready to do some more outrunning. On Coast to Coast, I'm just kind of stuck. The second race event here has not gone well for me. I need to get at least an A on it, right?
Get ready.
Race for the top position.
I like how he stays ahead of me. That's fun. And his car went flying.
Checkpoint. 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 Fifth place.
Yep, that's about typical.
Rank C.
Yeah, I don't know. I try it every now and then. It's not something I'm gonna sit there and grind at and try to get through over and over again. Just I've tried that a little bit too, and it hasn't worked. I've probably tried that 10 or 15 times now. No real luck. I may be at a wall there. Feels just a little too difficult for me. let's do the big one. I'm really sure I want those songs, just have a little more variety there too. How much is that versus getting a car? Cars are like 4,500 or so, I want to say. 75, another 7,500, 12,500, etc. Whereas background music, just for the two that are in the menu, would only be 5,000. I think I'm gonna do that. I think I'm just gonna get these two. And then maybe I'll come back and get the extra tracks that are not... There's quite a bit of extra ones. I think I'll get the top two and then I'll start working on cars after that. Because those seem like they're part of the normal game, kind of normal selectable options.
Get ready.
I never messed with camera angles in this game either, which seemed very odd to me that you can even do that. First person is probably not that bad to drive from, though. It doesn't make much difference, really. The inside of the car view is a little weird. I don't know if I'd be able to swing too much of that. If you'd rather pretend like you're playing Ridge Racer than this. I will say though, from a third-person camera point of view, it's much better than Ridge Racer, which does not do well with third-person cameras, to be honest. It tends to be super stiff in those games, and they just fix to the top of the car.
Checkpoint. I want to go far away. Checkpoint. What fun!
Ugh.
Checkpoint.
So I streamed the Turrican games recently. They were released in collections on the Evercade, which I don't have, but I just thought I'd play some Turrican because people were talking about it online, and it's something I'd always meant to spend some time, more time with. And those games are pretty great. I really had a good time with all of them, especially Mega Turrican on the Genesis. So I played Turrican on PC Engine, which is okay. It's a little dated. I rated it a 7 out of 10. I said all the other ones were 8 out of 10. Then I played Super Turrican on Super Nintendo, which is awesome. It's a much better take on the same thing. Played Mega Turrican, which I said was my favorite. It was the most frustrating and challenging of all of them. And then Super Turrican 2 on Super Nintendo, which is a good running gun, but doesn't feel very Turrican-like. It's almost got its own thing going on, but it's a game that I think maybe has a little more broad appeal than the other Turrican games. And kind of a rundown of the whole thing there, right? So if it turns out there's one more 16-bit console Turrican game that I didn't know about. Turrican 2 made it to the consoles, it made it to the Sega Genesis and Mega Drive in the form of, see, Accolade also owned the rights to Universal Soldier. So they wanted to crap out a Universal Soldier game really quick, so they changed some of the rules around the Turrican 2. And like slapped it together with a new label and Universal Soldier. I'm not saying this because I'm going to stream it. I may or may not. I got to play it and see if it's even worth playing first, and then practice it if I actually am going to stream it. But just worth noting that there's one more 16-bit console Turrican, and it's the first of the two actually released on the Genesis, Universal Soldier. So I played a little bit of it today just to see if it really was a Turrican game. Oh yeah, it's really a Turrican game. It feels a lot older than the other ones. Big old status bar at the bottom of the screen. And all the shitty things you could think of about the series being present. So
What are you doing?
So yeah, it doesn't feel as advanced as the other 16-bit Turricans. Going to the Ghost Forest.
Checkpoint.
Shit, getting sloppy here. Getting sloppy and low on time because of it. I think I'll probably cross the line, and we'll see here.
Checkpoint.
Yeah, it's just barely. There's a similar track in the original Outrun. It's got a bunch of flowers on it also, right?
Checkpoint.
Shit. That's bad driving. Yet I'm still hanging in here.
Checkpoint.
A little iffy this time. Yeah, I'm gonna make it 3, 2, 1, just enough time to see it.
Time over.
Not enough time to cross it. 1 second here. So, yeah, the nice thing about playing this on the PC version is now I can play in a very high resolution. No problem. Now, it really starts to stress it out when you get to 1080p or higher on PCSX2 on this computer. You could play it in 720p on there, and it didn't look too bad, but this is still much nicer. And I could easily play it in 4K probably using the Windows version and not have any problems. Other than my capture card would melt, so what's the point of that? And I'm using the level 2 anti-aliasing setting. And I can't tell that it works. I think it might be FXAA or something, which just doesn't work with this art style. I feel like there's a lot of visible aliasing still. I don't know. Probably not as noticeable with the YouTube compression, and I think it's downsampled to 720p on your end anyway. That's all for streaming purposes. I try to keep it to where everyone can watch it on a 7 megabit or less connection in 720p 60. I think that that's usually what gets you the best results with YouTube and their compression and such. And I mean 1080p 60 is fine also, but I'd have to slightly up the bandwidth requirements. And since I mostly stream 240p games, and almost everything is lower than 720p, it barely matters. Rarely, except for, when I do something modern. Right. Again, it's mostly for my own review. And I'm looking at stuff on a phone all the time. You really got me.
Checkpoint. What fun!
I also don't know if there's any way to force any anisotropy in this game. The map banding is visible a lot of times. And it's definitely an older looking game. It was even kind of simple looking for its time compared to like Burnout or whatever, just because it was mostly shooting for a high frame rate kind of thing, you know what I mean, with a lot of graphical variety. But really simple lighting model and stuff, if you can even call it that.
Checkpoint. How far are you going to take me?
Doing poorly already.
I want to go ahead.
Just driving like the straight up ass out here.
Checkpoint. Checkpoint.
This is going so poorly here. I'm bad at the end of this stage. Yeah, I don't know. I'm way better on time than I expected to be. Castle Town.
Checkpoint.
You say Casino Town. That would make way more sense. Oh my god.
Are you going to give up?
No, shut up. Shit.
Are you going to give up?
Did that screw me? How badly? Nah, I'm still alright, but man, I'm way down from where I was. I'm barely alright.
Checkpoint.
Don't think I got it this time.
Time over.
I'll be right back. Alright, here we go again, but with some different music this time. Alright. Interesting. I didn't realize there was this too. And you get a few of them to start with. Interesting. Okay, I didn't know that was a thing. And remake. Jeez, there's a lot of options here. Well, at least I've got all the original options unlocked now.
Get ready.
Yeah, oh, this is a good one. Shit, that was crappy.
Checkpoint! What fun! Checkpoint! How far are you going to take me? Checkpoint! I want to go ahead! What are you doing? Checkpoint!
This boss. Close that thing, I'm gonna make it though. Well, maybe
Checkpoint.
just barely. Shit. A little bit worse. Getting tired. I'm definitely telling too. I'm like making some crazy mistakes. Let's see if I can get a little bit of caffeine in my brain for at least one more run. Oof. Pretty sloppy. I don't know that it deserves all this domestic abuse that's being delivered, but sloppy nonetheless. Be right back. Alright, here we go. Nightbird. See my stupid mouse cursor. Here we go.
Get ready.
Checkpoint. I want to go far away.
So yeah, as far as the music goes, you know, in games like most racing games have a genre that's specifically associated with them. Need for Speed and Gran Turismo mostly just go with rock music. Wipeout uses electronica and whatever its modern equivalent would be, but mostly the electronica of the era of the old games. Outrun's music specifically is things that specifically sound like Outrun, I should say. are referred to as retro wave, but are sometimes called outrun. Like that's sometimes like referred to as a genre of music, a subset of retro wave, which is a subset of synth wave music. It's a type of synth pop. The Ridge Racer games use house music. Rally house is specifically a type of rally music that's focused on racing. So if you want to hear a whole bunch of music that sounds like Ridge Racer music, look up Rally House. Tokyo Extreme Racer mostly used that type of music as well until just recently, where it's evolved over to funk, which is a type of street racing music that's a type of music that's actually popular with people who are into street racing, I should say. More so than a video game style of music. But I feel like the point that I'm getting to eventually here is that Sega, I mean, Outrun aside having inspired its own thing, but like Sega in a larger sense, like Daytona and stuff like that, Scud Racer, it has its own style of music that's just Sega. Like Sega's a genre in itself or something. And it's not distinct as anything else at all. It's very weird. It's very weird and bombastic and has its own sound.
Checkpoint. I want to go ahead. Checkpoint.
So my experience with trying to stream Super Turrican 2 and then failing last week and then practicing it and then streaming it a week later or whatever. That's really going to be a turning point for me. I'm not going to play games without testing them anymore. Like I briefly looked at Universal Soldier and I think it's probably worth playing. At least as worth playing as the original Turrican. But I'm not going to like go on a stream and half-ass struggle with one level and not know whether or not it's worth playing. I'm going to play it and I'll find out. If it's worth streaming, I'll stream it. It was smart of me to practice the Turrican games made for much better streams where I was able to get through a few levels, like like a significant chunk of the game. And I still reached a wall, but I'd have to play it for a really long time to beat everything, and I'm not going to do that either. I'm just going to play games for about a week. So, and then if I'm like, yeah, this is worth streaming, and if I'm not, I'll maybe go back to an old favorite if I have something worked up. The only difference would be like, I don't know, like more modern racing games and stuff. I don't need to know whether or not I'm gonna still enjoy Need for Speed Most Wanted 2006. Of course I will. It's fun and it's a racing game and whatever. It came out the same year as this bad boy and is probably my second favorite racer that year. And that's kind of crazy considering how good he is. So 2006 was a bounty, a cornucopia of racing riches. It really was, wasn't it? It's not like when we got Forza 2 also, and like maybe just a bunch of other stuff.
Checkpoint.
Dog, dog, dog. Okay. The shipping dogs.
Checkpoint.
God damn it. Let me back on the road, you bastards. At least let me have a reasonable amount of speed built back up. This is going to be a rough one, I don't think I have enough time. Not looking good.
Checkpoint.
I'll pull it off early. Appropriately, a bunch of AMD signs everywhere. This is running on a Ryzen 7, like everything I stream, just about. Except for things that are streamed directly from the PlayStation, which is a Ryzen, or is there's a different name for that chipset. To strip down and customize it though. This is an all AMD household. The only NVIDIA hardware I have is my Switch 1. my speed right when I can't afford to.
Checkpoint.
Shit. That was a pretty decent run there, though.
Time's over.
Cha-ching. Where we at? Let's give this stupid ass raise one more shot. I'm gonna wrap it up for the night.
Get ready.
Race for the top position. Checkpoint.
Oh. Oh. Like, yeah, I'm about to pass it. No. Nobody. About to pass nobody. Come on, man.
Checkpoint.
Hey, I finally did that.
First place.
Even first place. That's amazing.
Rank AAA.
I'd like to keep going, but I really do need to wrap it up. This has been a fun one. I return to this game all the time. I play this more than I stream, actually. It's something I jump on and mess around with, and I've been playing the PS2 version, but here we are on Windows now, getting this superior experience. I'd recommend seeking out the PC version if you can run it, and if you have a computer that's made in the past decade, it'll run it for sure. Um, and the controls great. Controls great with any controller. I do recommend using an X input wrapper like DS for Windows if you're using a non Xbox controller, or just use an Xbox controller. It'll work great. Or I'm sure this game plays okay with the keyboard, probably even. So whatever you got to do to play some Outrun 2006 Coast to Coast, it's too good to pass up. And it has a million years worth of unlockable content that I will be entertained by forever. So I'm finally going to be unlocking cars now, and then I'll do that for a while, and then I'll unlock some more music, and we'll go back and forth on that. It'll be fun, and I'll give it another stream some point down the road. Next weekend at the latest, or coming up next, I should say. Let's go with that phrase. Coming up next, whenever I do a stream, whenever the heck that is, it will be Final Fight MD, which is not the same thing as the Sega CD version of Final Fight. It's a new homebrew version of Final Fight for the Sega Genesis and Mega Drive that is excellent and it has a ton of extra features. It's really cool. So we'll check that out and some other stuff. Universal Soldier? Who knows? Um, more run and guns, probably, possibly. Some new shooters. Yeah. So if you like